Good evening, everybody. It's Rudiger, and how are you? Well, I decided to appear more like myself. I've actually had people tell me, you don't look like you. You're in disguise. And my friend from last weekend said, I thought you'd have blonde hair. So a lot of people didn't realize, for those that don't see me on a regular basis, they thought maybe I had dyed my hair. But I have been wearing wigs, partly to create a different character and also for entertainment purposes and for fun. But tonight I decided to show you the real hair, but I did have it blown out today. But the reason why I'm showing you my real hair is partly because I'm growing it long, and I'm actually kind of going on a health kick, having to do with my other issues I've been having with the kidney stones and stuff. But I'm taking this new supplement, and it's kind of expensive. It's called Viviscal, Viviscal, something like that. Advanced Hair Health. And I have you're supposed to take 2 tablets a day. It's all natural. It's a clinically proven dietary supplement for skin health and also to grow hair. And it nourishes thin hair, but it also promotes existing hair growth. So I'm going to take this. I started taking it already. I'm going to take it, and I'll show you a video maybe in about 4 to 6 months from now with the real hair. And we're going to see how much growth I get, and I can report back to you and let you know, if it's worth it. It's about $32 for a month's supply, so it's not cheap. And I figure I'll take it until I get to the point where the length I want. And I'm really just gonna go for something just hitting the shoulders. But it is all natural. Clinically proven. It's got all kinds of interesting things in it. But it is, and then you can read on the internet if you have any allergies, what you want to avoid, or if you shouldn't take this at all. But anyway, you take it with food. I take it at lunch and dinner. You're supposed to take it with a full glass of water, which is good for me because I'm supposed to be drinking more water anyways with the kidney stone issues. I'll report back to you. So far, no side effects, and hopefully it'll help me on my quest for longer hair. Because you figure, we all know our hair grows about a ½ inch a month, healthy hair. So I'm hoping that this pushes it a little farther along. So we'll see. So this video, it is September 12th, and I'll report back in a future video with my natural hair. It's nice and thick. See, thick hair. But I want it a little longer, and so it's probably going to have to grow it a good 4 or 5 inches longer, so we'll see. It may take a while. But with the new health kick I'm going on and these supplements, maybe it'll be quicker. So I'll report back on that. Okay, I also wanted to talk to you guys about, give you an update on the kidney stones. My doctor gave me this pamphlet to help prevent recurrent kidney stones, and he thinks that there's nothing in my diet, nothing that I drink, that is contributing to the stones. He thinks because of the amount of stones, and he looked at the x-rays and showed me, he saw there's even more forming. So I have 8, and he said he could see more forming into new stones, which was very distressing. I actually had this epiphany. Whatever I have to do, I'm going to do it, because, and he said, oh, well, don't have to do anything. We're going to give you medicine to take so you won't get any stones. But the thought of my kidneys riddled with stones, it just seems crazy. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm weaning myself off of dark cola beverages, which I've already noticed a difference. I think I had too much carbonation in my diet anyway, and I've already noticed some pleasant, just feel better. Less carbonation, my tummy feels better. I'm drinking more water. And what I've been doing is I'm going to phase it out. I was worried about getting more headaches. I'm a big headache queen. So I don't want it to do anything that's going to promote more headaches. So what I'm doing is getting a tall glass, filling it with ice, and diluting my cola in, just diluting it, and I'll get room temperature cola, diluting it and just drinking that, and then the rest of the day I don't drink anything else but water. I have drank unsweetened tea and let's see, some other interesting things I've been experimenting with, but basically water. And I must say, I've always drank a lot of water, but I've actually noticed a positive effect, feeling much better. And this weekend, I didn't really do a whole lot because I've been pushing the water, trying to get those stones moving around a little bit. Tomorrow, my doctor's office is calling me back. They called me on Friday. They're trying to schedule me for a procedure to get rid of the largest stone, which is about an 8 milliliter stone. That's what they said, which is a little bit too big to pass. But my fear is I didn't want to go into the hospitals right now are filled with COVID patients. And even though I've been vaccinated, I was concerned with being exposed to the Delta variant, and anybody can get sick. But if you've been vaccinated and you get exposed and you do get sick, you're hopefully going to get a milder case. But I still don't want to expose my husband, and I don't want to expose my mother to any COVID. So I had told them one hospital I did not want to go to because apparently it's filled with COVID patients, and I've heard about people going in for a simple procedure. They go in, inpatient, outpatient, and they get COVID. So that's the last thing I want to do. I don't want to bring anything home to my family, and I don't want it either. So, trying to avoid it. But they left me a message on Friday saying they're looking at all hospitals. So I'm looking forward to the day that I can get rid of this stone, because it's been troubling me for some time before I was diagnosed, and it's been a long time since I've really felt great. And I attributed it to back pain and just getting older. And so here I am, and wasn't properly diagnosed, and I don't know, it's just kind of discouraging. And I had a conversation with Patrick, and it just goes to show you that you always have to be your own advocate. And several years ago, actually, I remember complaining in the doctor's office, a different doctor, about my back pain, and I had gotten an examination, and they were like, "Oh, no, you're fine," and made some kind of flimsy, quick medical diagnosis, or "Oh, don't worry about this," or "This is normal, this is great." And I should have pushed harder, because if I had pushed harder, maybe I wouldn't be dealing with all these stones right now, and we could have resolved this years ago. So we all have to be our own advocates. Unfortunately, you can't always take your first opinion you get. I have a high respect for the medical community, but remember, and for those that can't advocate for themselves, you need to be there and be their advocate. And I've learned that recently with my mother, to speak up for her. So it's very important. Um, I think that's all I was going to touch base with you guys on. I was going to touch base about 9/11. It's been 20 years, and I remember when that morning I knew that President Bush was going to be here locally in Florida, and I thought about trying to get over to see him because I had actually shook hands several years ago with Jeb Bush, his brother, and when he was our governor. And I thought that, boy, it'd be cool to meet another Bush, especially a president. And I remember thinking, I'm not one to play hooky from work, and I was thinking about calling in saying, hey, I'm going to be a little late. I was either going to go to the airport and try to meet him there and shake his hand, or looking back on it now, thank God I didn't drive over to the school he was speaking at, because I probably would have, at the time, especially with everything that went on, I would have just been, he would have been whisked away. I never would have met him. But then I remember going to work, and of course I didn't find out about it till I got to work, and everybody was standing around in the break room. We have a couple of break rooms on each floor, and everybody was standing around watching the television in horror at what was unfolding in New York City. We didn't know about what was going on in the air near Pennsylvania, and we didn't know about what was going on in Washington. But I remember all of us gathered around the TV, and there was a supervisor who's no longer at our company, and I remember she came over and yelled at everybody and said, get back to work, get back to work, get back to work. And then another supervisor, a much higher up person, came around and said, you leave them alone. You let them stay here and watch television, because he realized what was going on, the historic significance and the tragedy that was unfolding. And he just told everybody, stay where you are, watch the TV, do whatever. So that was a rough day, and rough times after that. And I remember my mother had sent me something in the mail. She used to send me articles. And one time I got this envelope in the mail, no letter or anything. It was just like a newspaper clipping in there. I had no clue what it was. So I pull it out. I'm like, what is this? And it was just pages and pages cut out from, I think it was the Star Ledger, Newark, New Jersey Star Ledger. And then I realized what it was. It was a list of all the names of people from New Jersey who had passed on 9/11, and she didn't write any note or anything in there. And I thought, I guess she wanted me to see that, to see if there's anybody that I knew that had passed, and I didn't. But there were some familiar names. It was very disturbing, and it was a very long list, and see it all in print. Cats are busy. It was horrific, as we all know, and still fresh. Anyways, that's about all for tonight, and sorry to be so serious. Maybe next weekend I'll have something funny, and I'll talk to you soon, and everybody have an awesome week. Be healthy. Wear your mask when you have to. Get vaccinated if you already hadn't been vaccinated. So, anyways, good night. God bless.